guys. So today I want to talk a little bit about letting go and moving forward. And there's a couple different reasons why I came up with this idea to do this video. So one is that I have been working on this myself for quite a few years now, letting go of not just clutter, but also maybe relationships that aren't working for me, or habits that I have that aren't working, or jobs that I've had. I have been letting go of things that were holding me back and I wasn't happy with, and moving on to trying new things. And so in that, I think it's the same way with literally physical clutter that we have around the house. If we don't let go of things that we have, then how can we move forward and have new things? So, because there just won't be any space, right? So my journey with decluttering started, like I've said before, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I don't know. I was first inspired by some friends and then started watching some TV shows on organization and decluttering. That was really helpful. And I hope that's not too annoying for you guys. Milo's back there chewing a bone. He just does what he wants to do. So then I got inspired, and like I've said, I've moved several times. And so obviously with moving, you tend to get rid of more and more things because you literally just physically don't want to take them. Yeah, so it's a great, if you can move, that's definitely a number one tip for getting rid of stuff. However, if you're not moving, then I have other ideas for you. You don't have to move in order to get rid of your stuff. But I know that things can be hard to let go of. I am definitely a huge, sentimental kind of person. I didn't want to get rid of things my mom's given me, or things we've had given to us by, grandmothers that have passed away. And so you just feel guilty, right? It's like, I can't get rid of that. I don't really want to put it out, but I'm just going to go put it in a tote in the basement. And that just makes me feel better. Like I haven't gotten rid of it, but what is the point of it there? Really, when you think about it, it's like, that's just sitting down there. It's not being used by anyone. I don't think the person that has passed on would want that either. I think they would rather somebody they would rather someone enjoying that item. So today I would definitely want to focus on letting go of sentimental things or things that have worked for you in the past and just moving forward. I actually have one pretty big reason, I would say, for the decluttering challenge that I'm doing right now for myself personally. My goal is that I want to be able to live in a van for several months out of the year, and travel. So I want to go down and see my parents. I have friends in Florida, and I want to go to Arizona, and there's all kinds of, I haven't been to very many national parks, so there's all kinds of places that I want to go and visit. And so to do that, I think the easiest way to do it is in a travel van. If you've been following me for a while, then you know that I redid a van a couple years ago, that didn't work out. I took it only on one trip, and it only made halfway around the trip before we had to trade it in, and I had to go back to car camping. But this past weekend, Craig and I went and test drove a van here in town, and I'm super excited. I am buying it. So I don't have it yet because it is in service and it has to be cleaned, and things that were broken on it, they're going to fix it. So it is older. It's like a 2018 Ram ProMaster. It's the tiniest one that they make, the shortest one. It's called a 118 wheelbase. That might be too much information for some people, but essentially it's just pretty small. And I just realized last week that this was even a model that they carried. And I'm like, that's what I want. I want something that's not huge. I didn't want to feel weird. If I just want to take this thing to the grocery store, I don't want to feel like I'm driving this humongous vehicle. So I'm super excited. And as I've been going through my stuff, I knew that I was going to be buying a van this year. And so I kind of am running through my head okay, how many hats can I really fit in a van? Not that I can't leave some of my stuff here in the house. I can, but I just think it's a good challenge just for myself to be able to narrow things down to really the amount of things that I really do need. Because I think we all tend to hang on to way too many things. And a big part of that is a scarcity mindset. And I know that I've had this and still tend to have it sometimes, where you're afraid that you won't be able to purchase it again in the future, or what if you can't find one again? So that's your reason for holding on to these things. And really, I do think you need to let go of the scarcity mindset in order to move forward and in order for abundance to come in. So kind of think of abundance and getting rid of things as like an energy. There's an energy in your home, and as you let things out the door, more things then can come in. But you can't bring more things in until you let some things out. Otherwise, you just end up, you can't breathe. So if you have too much stuff in your house, it also can like lead to mental overload. For me personally, I know this is definitely a thing. Like if there's stuff all over, it's because your brain is like thinking like, you know, it doesn't belong there, but you don't know where it goes. And you're just like, I should probably do something with that right now. That right there is, it's asking you to make a decision. Do I do something with that right now? Where do I put it? And then if you walk away, you're going to do it again later. Oh, that's right. I should probably put that thing away. Where am I going to put it? So finding homes for things is key. It's like the most important part. Everything should have a home. And then just keeping up with it. And I know that that's harder said than done. Harder done than said. Harder done than said. Easier said than done. Thank you. I knew I'd get it. But it's not impossible. And it's just a process that we're always working towards, right? So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I'm doing a 30-day decluttering challenge. If you want to follow along or do it yourself, I put a link in the description and you can download. I made a little packet where you can download the schedule, and then there's some tips on there, a little bit of journaling prompts to kind of help get you started. And it's been really fun. It's been really great. The first week was mostly like all clothing. And then this week now we're moving into books and paper and sentimental items. And so thinking about that with the sentimental items, I don't recall where I heard this, but I remember watching a video where they talked about sentimental items and how many of us hold on to them because of guilt. And I was like, yes, that is exactly why I would hold on to so much stuff, because I feel guilty, like I'm letting somebody down if I get rid of it or rehome it. And I think that's something I have learned that I just have to let go of and not feel guilty about it, because I didn't technically ask for that item, usually if it's a gift or something like that. And things do just get older or they go out of style, and it just has to be okay to let things go. You have to allow yourself the freedom to be okay with it, and that you can't make everyone happy. You can't always be worried about disappointing other people. Sometimes in order to breathe, you just need to like take care of yourself, put your own oxygen mask on, and that might mean that you need to get rid of some things in order to feel better, and that just has to be okay. I think also watching the Marie Kondo series was really helpful in the fact of like, when you touch an item, you're like going through things that you're, sorting clothing or whatever. You're like, does this spark joy? So does it bring joy to my life? Does it make me feel good and feel happy? If not, automatically I would put that in the giving away pile or throwing out if it's broken. But if it does spark joy with you, then you got to think like, okay, well, am I actually going to use it, or am I going to wear this, and have I worn it in the last year? And if not, then yeah, get rid of it. And just get rid of that scarcity mindset, because you want to be thinking like positively, and you want to think like, yeah, I would be able to find this again if I need to, or I will be able to buy this again if I need to. I don't plan on being broke. I don't plan on being poor. I plan on having abundance in my life, and so I will be able to replace this if I need to. So only keep things that are important to you, of value to you. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing this week while we're going through like papers especially and sentimental items, for me, like I have a couple totes for the kids. Each of my kids have a tote of papers and things that I kept from elementary school, middle school, high school, probably less from high school, but when they're younger and they're bringing home those cute like drawings and stuff like that, I wanted to keep all of those. I felt terrible. I can't throw that away. But you can take a picture of it, and you can create an album on your phone and put them in the album. So then if you're feeling nostalgic and you want to go through that, then you can swipe through and you'll remember, and you'll be able to see those projects that they did. what I thought one of the things that was interesting was I thought my kids would want it. So it was like in my head the whole time they're growing up, I'm telling myself like, well, I'm keeping this because they're going to want these. Like they're going to, you know, appreciate that I held on to these for them. And neither of them want those things. I'm like, hey, look, I have this. And they're like, I don't want that. It's like, but I was holding on to this for you. Or was I? I was holding on to it for myself. So that's going to be challenging for me. I'm going to go through those, take pictures, and then I'm going to throw them in the garbage. They might also go in the paper pile to like burn, which feels even more terrible. So I'm not sure. I'll just do it however I can do it, however I can handle it. It'll be okay, Jody. It'll be okay. So I just want to express today that decluttering, getting rid of things, moving forward, it's all good stuff. And it's not even about having less stuff. It's about having more freedom and more of a clear mind. What I would love for you guys to do is look at one area in your home today that is cluttered and let go of 5 things. Okay, 1 to 5 things. Let go of at least one thing. I challenge you to do that. So pick an area and pick something to let go of. Can you do it? All right, guys. So until next time, I will be sharing more about the van with you guys. We're going to be doing like a cute little build inside of it. Nothing like major. It's going to be affordable. So I think that that's exciting. And yeah, and then we're still doing the decluttering thing. So I'll bring you guys more tips and all of that. So what's the hardest thing for you guys to declutter, get rid of, whatever, rehome? What's the toughest thing for you to, let go of? Think about that. And then comment below if you feel like sharing. I would love to hear what your challenging areas are. And until next time, see ya.